Welcome to the Better Half Show. My name is Godman Akinlabi, PG to my friends. On this episode, we will be asking the question, do marriage and feminism mix? And I'll be having some confirmed feminists join me on set. You don't want to miss this. So stay with me, don't go away, I'll be right back. Welcome to the Better Half Show. On this episode, we are asking the question, do feminism and marriage mix? And I have two confirmed feminists on set with me who will join me in this discussion as we attempt to answer the question. I want to welcome Mosun to the show, and then Ola, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
for having us.
guys, let's face the issue. Okay, before we even get into it, I want to ask Mosun, what do you do?
I'm a fixed income trader.
Okay, a trader.
Yes.
In financial markets, yeah.
Yes.
And Olalua, what do you do?
I'm a lawyer. I manage a girls' rights advocacy NGO for girls.
Wow, girls' rights.
Yes.
So I'm in for a ride with you today, definitely. Okay, what's your idea of feminism? How did you start out to start to consider yourself a feminist? Let's start with you, Musuma.
Okay, so I think I'll just start with the basic definition of feminism. It has to do with the equal right for social and political and economics of rights of both sexes. So I want to have as much right as a man does to vote. If I want to be the president, I should be a viable candidate. My sex shouldn't make any difference. If I'm working, I should make as much money as a man if we're doing the same work. The same job the man will be considered for because it's good enough, I should be considered for the same job. I shouldn't be considered because I'm exceptionally good.
So, basically,
just basic things.
equal right.
Equal rights, same respect, same equality, same pay, same regards. That's just what feminism is basically
Fantastic. So, Olalua, why do you consider yourself a feminist?
Okay, like Mosun said, feminism advocates for the equality of the sexes. And I'm a feminist because I strongly believe in that. It's that simple, okay? Feminism preaches balance. Feminism preaches that women do not just, make soup. They make policy as well. Women do not just deliver babies. They deliver investments. They deliver innovative solutions. So it's just about balance, basically. And I consider myself a feminist because that's one ideology that I hold true as a human being.
You guys are... I'm actually looking forward to getting more from you about this issue of equality and how we see women generally. So what you're saying is, despite the fact that we know that women will be more suited for certain things or do certain things better, we must reckon with the fact that what a man can do, a woman can do.
Yes.
All right, so how far is too far?
How far is too far? Honestly, at this point in time, I don't think there's really anything like how far is too far. I think I read an article a few weeks ago about how scientists have been able to create sperm. So that also means that it will get to a point that you don't even need a man to have a child. So I think that already takes care of how far is too far. But what feminism is not that we're a group of men haters. I don't hate men. I don't even dislike them. All I just want is just basic rights, basic respect. And it's not just for educated people, it's also for uneducated people. I just want an equality. It's just really about equality. Everyone should be treated well, everyone should be treated with respect, affection. And in a country like Nigeria, you see that it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
Even from your security guard at home, he talks down to you because you're a woman, and he thinks that because you're a woman, you shouldn't speak to him with authority. Something that he would take from a younger guy from you just because he's a man, he thinks you're a woman. So don't talk to me with authority, humble yourself, subdue yourself before you speak to me.
And you feel women should not be subdued in any way?
I think everybody should be respected. So if I'm talking to you respect, does it matter if I'm a woman?
Not at all. That's just a great assertion right there.
And I do know that we have a long way to come. It's not something that is easy, it's natural, because it involves a lot of unlearning and relearning new things. But I know that we're on the right path.
I agree with you perfectly. So let me go to Olalua. Being a feminist, how has that affected your relationship life? Have you met men who are, egocentric, these very overbearing men, how has that affected you?
Okay, that's a really interesting one because when I think about it, I think being a feminist has helped me, live up to how I should be treated. It has helped me position myself to be treated right and to be treated as a human being with dignity, not to bring down my standards, but to expect men to actually step up to them. I remember that while I was in the university, I contested to be class representative, what we call class governor, in my class. And my faculty had been in existence for 50 years, and we had not had a female class governor. You can imagine, in this day and age. So when I became...
That's a law faculty, right?
Yes, law faculty at Obafemi Awolowo University. Okay. So it was, when I became class rep, everybody was surprised. Like, how could you have, as a class of over 300 students, you voted a girl as a class rep? Like, why did you do that? Who does that? And I realized that I began to command a lot of respect that, ordinarily, girls who are leaders did not used to command then in the faculty. I spent 5 years in the university and nobody from my class made a romantic pass at me. I don't know whether to be proud of that or
because it looks like that affected how they saw you.
Yes,
right.
Of course, it definitely affected how they saw me. They saw me as, a leadership figure, and that's how I relate with men. People first see the kind of value I have to offer because that's what I put as my standard. Not just, the physical part of me or my physical attributes. So that has really helped me, and it's helped me find, people that are compatible with me, with my personality, with my skills, respect my hopes and dreams and my vision.
So we can basically say that there's a meeting point between being a feminist and being a leader, a woman who is pushing herself to lead and to do great stuff, and how men perceive you. Let me come to you, Mosun. What kind of a man would you want to marry? Yeah. Looking at it from a point of view that you are a confirmed feminist and you want equality.
I definitely want to marry a man that is a feminist.
Okay, you want to marry a man that is a feminist.
Yes.
Can you break that down for me a bit?
So a feminist is a man that believes that the same way he has ambition, he has drive, he wants to achieve a lot. I have equal right to my ambition and drive to achieve as much as he does. Me being a wife and a mother shouldn't limit me. A man that will support me the same way I would support him. A man that will be there for me the way I'll be there for him. I basically want to receive what I'm giving.
Okay, would you say you are the kind of a lady that kind of a man we want to marry?
Definitely. I've worked really hard on myself to be that kind of lady.
So you are, you love to be there for people.
Yes.
In spite of the fact that you are a feminist, you will give a guy the right of way.
Yeah. I think I had this conversation 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to a married friend, and she was talking about the fact that when you're married, your husband decides on something, that's the way to go. And my point was, it should be a conversation. So he has an opinion, I have an opinion. So is it because he's a man, are we automatically going to go with his way? Like, we should talk about it and then decide on the way, but she said his way is always the way. And I'm like, why? I do get that as Christian woman, I should be submissive to my husband, I should submit to him. But God created me with a brain, so I'm his helper. So I should have opinions. He can't always be right.
Yes,
so
if he says, be able to contribute.
Exactly.
And it's not just a yes sir, kind of situation.
You can never be
kind of relationship.
a yes sir,
you
no
will
sir.
be suffocated in that kind of relationship.
I would not even put myself in that kind of situation.
That's good to know. All right, so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll go into a game segment where we'll check out some practical things about being a feminist, and I'm hoping that these ladies will be able to cope with my game. So don't go away, stay with me, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're asking the question, do feminism and marriage mix? And my guests on the show today, Mosun and Ola, have been doing a fantastic job just giving me opinions about what's the makeup of a feminist and why they chose to be one. In this segment, I'm going to be, taking it more practical as you answer my questions, and from there we're going to get to know you better and get to know how a feminist reacts in certain situations a lot better. So my first question, and this goes to both of you, and you have to be very, very sincere with this. The truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. When I'm on a date, I like the guy to do any of the following. Can you open your card and just pick your option for me? Option 1 is pick me and drop me off at home. Let me walk ahead and open the door, pull out my chair, and let me order first. Just let me be. I can handle myself.
Just one option.
Just one option.
Because
Yeah.
I like all the options.
No, just one option. The one that's most like it for you.
Yes.
Okay, can we see your option?
Okay.
Okay, for Mosun is let me walk ahead and open the door. And for Olalua, pull out my chair and let me order first. Olalua, it looks like, you want to take charge around the table and all that. And let me walk ahead and open the door. That sounds very good and very romantic. Now, I'm wondering, I thought maybe a feminist would say, just let me be, I can handle myself.
Isn't every situation that one must come off as strong and stubborn? Like, feminism is not being stubborn. I'm romantic. I like people doing nice gestures. I'm really big on act of service.
Okay.
So it's a sweet thing to do.
So part
Open
of
the
your
door
own
for
love
me.
language is act of service.
Is my
So
number one love
sometimes
language.
you make your feminism a bit docile and just allow, the guy to serve you. And, because, sometimes some people just want a situation where I'm a feminist and I'm in charge.
No, Pidgey, can I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't think that being a feminist and having all these nice things done for you are mutually exclusive. People, that's a misconception that people have about feminism. Feminism is about equal rights. This is a personal matter between me and whoever is taking me out. I want to be treated like a lady.
That's why I'm asking you this question.
That's not. Yes,
I want us to have a renewed mind about feminism. So let me go to the second question because we have quite a number of questions. When it comes to what name to bear in marriage, both of you are single, so this is the time for you to make a choice. I think it's okay. First option, I think it's okay to take his name. Second option, I think it's best to hyphenate names. So my surname and then his surname. I like to take his name so as not to confuse the kids. For the sake of the kids, let me take his name, just his name. I'm not changing my name for anything. Yeah.
girl. That's it.
Wow. I'm not changing my name for anything. Did you plan this?
This I feel really strongly about.
Can you talk to me about
So it was
that?
something that I think it was last year I made up my mind about this.
Yeah.
So my name is Mosumola Biliki Sugbadamose. It's a name that I derive a lot of pleasure from. I love my name. In fact, I love saying my name to myself, Mosumola Biliki Sugbadamose. So just because I'm going to enter a new phase of my life, I'm going to be someone's wife, I should change a name that I've always associated myself with. And just because he's man, he was born male, he has the luxury of not changing his name. So why should I change my name? It's actually very unfair that because I'm female, I'm expected to change my name.
So, Ola, do you share the same opinion?
Of course, and mine is deeper, on a very deeper level.
Wow. Take us deep.
Many people do not know. Many people do not know that change of names after marriage for women is a borrowed culture from the West.
Okay.
It originated among the French, when women used to be seen as chattels and they were not fully human. They were not regarded as fully human until they were married. They were sort of appendages to their husbands. So when they got married, they had to take on their husband's name to be recognized as human beings.
Humans, yeah.
And after colonialism, we borrowed it, and nobody questioned it. We just kept doing it, perpetuating it from generation to generation.
So you feel...
And it is time to change it, yes.
I'm Olaoluwa, I'm a human.
Yes. My name is Olaoluwa Abagun.
Abagun.
Till death do me part.
And that's the name you're going to bear.
Yes.
All right. I wish I had more time on this show, but I need to go to my next question. And maybe somehow we may have the opportunity of coming back to that. Now, my next question. A man who is interested in me should do any of the following. 3 options. Pay for our dates without being asked. Pay for our dates with my consent. Pay for his bill, I can pay mine. All right, let's see which option you chose. Pay for our dates without being asked. Pay for our dates. Olaoluwa says pay for our dates with my consent. So, Muslim, you don't really care. Just pay for our dates.
It's not the money.
It's
not about the money.
Okay.
Like how much can the food be that I truly can pay for it? It's just, everyone has always told me that if you're going to date someone, you should start with the man paying. Because if you start with the culture of paying, men generally are people that would always keep taking. Their natural instinct is to be a taker. They are less of givers. So if I start dating you and I start to pay, I will pay for the rest of my life. Even when we marry, I'll be paying. Okay. And the question says a man that is interested in me, not say a man that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So why am I spending my money on you if I'm not interested in you?
So let's straighten this out a bit. I know I have more questions, but let's straighten this out a bit. So you guys have said that you're not going to drop your names, but somebody must pay. So what's my benefit for paying, despite the fact that you're not going to have a name change? Olaoluwa, can you say something to that?
Okay, so why I picked pay with my consent means that you should not assume that I cannot go Dutch, that split the bill in half.
Yeah.
Or because if someone interested in me, the assumption is that we probably don't, have full information about each other. And him paying without my consent means an assumption that I can't afford
you don't have the money, you can't pay.
And that's the issue. And giving is a love language, like we earlier clarified.
Yeah.
And everybody that loves someone loves to give to that person, whether materially, giving time. And I'm also ready to invest in whatever relationship. As far as I go ahead and say I'm interested, I'm ready to invest. It does not have to be materially. And name change does not signify anything. It's a name change. We have people that have changed their names and their marriages crashed. We have people that have kept their names and their marriages lasted. So it's really superficial.
I hear you loud and clear. So let's go to the next question. And the next question goes like this. You're married and you and your husband both work. When it comes to preparing dinner, these are the options. I have 4. Both of us should sort ourselves out. You eat whatever you like, how you get it, I don't care. Sort yourself out. Or whoever comes home first should cook for the 2. Third option, I cook ahead and freeze the food so he helps himself when he gets home. And the last one, I do my best to cook and serve him as often as possible. And that sounds like the very domesticated wife that the average man is looking for. Yeah. Now, if I say I'm not surprised with Musumola's choice, I will be kidding you. I actually thought, as a confirmed feminist with a big of feminism ego, if there's anything like that, she would say, I don't care, just sort yourself out. But Musumola says, I do my best to cook and serve him as often as I can. And Olaoluwa says, whoever comes home first should cook for the 2. Let me start with you, Olaoluwa. So, cook if you are home first.
Okay, so cooking is not particularly a hobby for me. And I'm very honest about that with everybody and anybody that I'm involved with. Actually, one of the qualities that I would really like is a guy that doesn't, he doesn't see it as, demeaning to actually do domestic work and to cook. I mean, it's just food. Food is everywhere. So what I envisage is both of us, go out to work. Whoever comes, it's just courtesy. Whoever comes home first should cook for the 2 of us.
And I'm not sure I should bother asking you because I love your choice. So it's okay. Let's
What I really agree with is serve him as often as possible because I honestly don't think I'll be the one really doing the cooking. I would have a chef. If I don't have a chef, I would always have somebody that'll cook. So the most important thing is I give him food. He'll eat well, excellently, but I don't have to do the cooking.
That's interesting. That's another twist you brought into it. Because some men actually insist that my wife should cook my food. If you like, hire a chef, but you do the cooking when it comes to me. The chef cooks for our guests, cooks for the children, but me, as your husband, you cook for me. I know you're not going to do that, so let's leave that for now. The next question goes like this. If you are carrying a bag that's not necessarily heavy, and a guy offers to take it, will you say, First option, I don't need help. Don't try to carry it. I appreciate your help, but no thank you. Um, why are you offering? What's your motive? Thanks. That's sweet of you. I accept his help. Can we see your choices? Wow. Now we see the trace of two confirmed feminists showing in the choice of your options. I appreciate your help, but no thank you. I appreciate your help, but no thank you. Why are you rejecting an
You
offer?
said it's not necessarily heavy.
Yeah, but maybe the guy is assuming that it's heavy, or maybe the guy just loves to help.
If it was heavy,
No, but
first option, but it's not necessarily heavy.
you know the
so-
question that comes to mind? If it was a guy carrying a similar bag, would he offer a similar bag, like not necessarily heavy? And it goes to show how in our socializing, we've been socialized to think that women need saving and helping, and they're always helpless. They don't know what to do, to be there.
And you feel if you keep indulging them, and I'm carrying something small, somebody
it's
wants
doing
to,
a
I'm
great
reinforcing
disservice.
that
Yes,
mentality. Women are always needy and needing help and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's interesting. So let's go to the next question. The next question is like this: would you ask a guy out? Will you ask a guy out on a date? First option is yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
I like you, so why not? No, I think that's too forward. Maybe if I sense he's shy. A guy should always be the one to ask me out. Can we have your options, please, or your choices? Yeah. Okay, so in this case, Olalua is a little more, you want to help the guy. This thing about guys also need help is showing up. So maybe if you sense that he's shy, you can say, okay, let me help him. Come along. Let's go on a date.
So the maybe is about meeting him halfway. So
Okay.
of course I will not just jump at anybody and say, let's go out. So maybe he has been dropping some hints and, being, nice, showing all the beautiful traits. And I want to be sharp. I can just drop my own hints and,
That's lovely. All right. So, Musu, a guy should always be the one to ask me out.
Oh yes, in relationships, I don't believe I should do God's work for him. God by himself will always do his work. So there's no need for me to be forward. Whoever is meant to ask me out would ask me out.
Yeah. So
I just need to be friendly. Just be myself, really. If you're going to ask me out, you, and if you don't, it's truly not meant to be. Someone else will ask me out, so it's fine.
So a guy that will ask you out must be bold enough, confident enough.
It's
deal
really
with his
important because
shyness,
to deal
and
with
just-
me, you must be bold.
wow.
All right. My next question. Should my man give me money? Should my man give me money? Knowing that I do my work, I make my money, I'm a feminist, there's equality, the option is yes, it's his responsibility to take care of me. Yes, if I'm broke. Only if I ask. So don't overstep your bounds. I have money. When I ask you, give me. If I don't ask, don't bother. And the last one is no, let's make and manage our money separately. Can we see your choices? Wow. Yes, if I'm broke. So if I'm not broke, I don't need your money. That's Olaoluwa speaking. And for Musumola, only if I ask. So even when you are broke, you want to ask.
What's broke? Broke is very relative. Broke is it that maybe I want to pay for something, I don't have money at the moment, so I will still ask you. Broke, I think you should define what broke is. Like, does it mean I don't have money at all? That's a really risky position that I don't think I'll put myself in.
Well, generally, broke is when I can't help myself. Broke is relative, like you said, but I'm low on cash. That a lot of things I want to do, I'm not able to do. So I need help.
The only way we know that is if I have the conversation with him that I'm broke. So as I'm having the conversation with him, I can as well say, can you lend me money? Or can you give me? So I would ask him.
You're saying practically, I don't want to be in that situation where I am, I'm sucking up to you, or I have to speak to you like I want to beg for money.
No, I don't ever want to be financially dependent on anybody, male or female. I don't ever want to be.
So zero tolerance for financial dependency.
Yes.
Okay, so I think once in a while in everybody's life you need a bailout, and that's what I think broke is. Okay, when you are in a position where you could really do with some helping and some lifting. I mean, I would do that for him too, so I don't see it as a big deal.
All right, thank you guys for answering my questions. I know for you this has been off the cuff, and I really salute your courage for going through all this with me. We're going to go on a break, and when we come back, we're going to have, let me call her a powerful lady. In fact, it's okay to call her boss lady. She's going to join us on the show. I'm talking about none other but Temitope Olagbegi. So don't go away, stay with me, and I'll be right back.